Hey everybody, welcome back to Drinks and a Movie. Today we'll be talking about Logan Lucky, but first let's start with the drink, and the drink I'm preparing today is the Redneck Cocktail. And the Redneck Cocktail is super simple. It's a bunch of PBR poured into a glass. And then drop in whatever fruit you have around the house as a garnish. How about some cherries or a lime? I'm kidding, I'm not going to do two cold opens, but what I am going to do is talk about Logan Lucky. And Logan Lucky is directed by Steven Soderbergh and written by Rebecca Blunt and stars Channing Tatum and Adam Driver as two down-on-the-luck brothers who has decided to, well, steal from NASCAR with the help of explosive expert played by Daniel Craig. So Logan Lucky is, and I'm just going to come out and say it, the redneck Ocean's 11. And this is not a bad thing. And what I mean by that is that the writer and director took the eccentricities of the South and accentuated them to drive the story. It has the coolness of Ocean's 11, but set in the South. It is still a complex story. It still has great characters and great actors putting out really great performances. I used to live in the South myself, and it reminded me of the charms and the little things that I loved about the South, and it really made me want to go back there and visit as soon as possible. Now, I think the true star of this movie really is the writing, and bravo to Rebecca Blunt. She created this heist movie that, as it's revealed, is really very clever. It's very funny, has little references here and there that really take you off guard and takes you by surprise, and it services all the characters very well. There's only a couple of times at the end where you thought that they were trying to fit too much into this movie, but up until then, I was really on board and really enjoyed it, and it's mostly done to the writing, but it's also pretty surprisingly done to the acting in the movie too. Now, I say surprisingly with the acting because even though Channing Tatum is a star in his own right, and and he's fine, he's never really been a great actor, honestly. I mean, he started out really rough in my opinion, but each consecutive movie that he does, he gets better and better and better, and I think this is by far his best performance. He takes that kind of Southern mentality and Southern kind of charm and weaves that into his character really well. He does the accent fine. It's not overdone. It's not cartoony. And I thought he did a great job in this. There's a couple of surprise little roles, like by Katie Holmes and by the Winter Soldier himself, Sebastian Stan, that pop in there that are also very good. And the other one that surprised me was Daniel Craig. Daniel Craig, very, very British man, came in and did a really fine job with the accent and that kind of Southern way of being, like I said with Channing Tatum. There's also Adam Driver, who, despite what you think about him in general and his looks and the strange way he looks, which he is a strange looking man, he continues time after time with The Force Awakens and with Patterson from last year to put in really, really great performances, and this is no different. I mean, he comes in there, he's a character with one arm, and he's just so funny and very understated and very, very quiet, but what a great performance that was as well. So this brings me to my negatives, which are very few, but there are some. I feel like this movie could have easily been at least 20 to 25 minutes shorter, and the story been tightened up quite a bit. There's an investigator that's introduced in literally the last 25 minutes of the movie that it was introduced as kind of almost a major player, but there wasn't enough screen time for that character to have anybody get any kind of invested interest in him, in her. And I wish that character was throughout the entire movie to add more weight to the character, essentially, a la Jeff Bridges from Hell or High Water from last year. Also, there were a couple of other superfluous characters in this movie that could have been cut out completely completely, really, and would have changed the story not one bit. But these are very, very minor problems with the movie. I really enjoyed this, and I really urge everybody to go out and see it. There's not a lot coming out this weekend, and so if you're wanting to go to the movies and want a good time, go see this movie. I'm going to give this movie 4 drinks out of 5. I thought it was really fun, had great characters, great performance, and kind of that, like I said, Ocean's 11 for the redneck community. So there you go. There is my review of Logan Lucky. Let me know what your favorite heist movie is. This is really good. Ocean's 11 is great. There are a couple others like Ant-Man, who's a surprise heist movie. That was a lot of fun. Let me know what that is. Anyway, thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. If you like this, please like, share, and subscribe down here at the bottom. Have a drink on me, everybody. Thanks. Bye-bye.